high as a kite. They be drinking day and night, popping Molly.
Previously, we were speaking in reference to how many bags you might need a day to feel normal. You said from 5 to 10.
Yes.
How many did you have today?
I only had 2.
How you feeling?
Not good as I can feel, but I'm off for E. So that's the main thing, was to get off E.
So tell me a little bit about UMD and how they used to give money to people who was willing to be a part of their experiment down at the hospital.
They had a program called, I forget what it was called, but they would take matter out of your spine. They would deaden your spine so you don't feel a needle, because the needle was like 4 to 6 inches long.
So basically they was taking like cartilage or...
Yeah, out of my spine.
Right.
Because it was a research hospital. University of Medicine and Dentistry researched dental programs and hospital programs. They cured a lot of things. They was on their way to curing AIDS, but they got stopped. The funding dried up for the hospital.
So when they took the cartilage or the matter out of your spine after they hit you and numbed you, what was the next proceed? What kind of money was you receiving?
$150 each time they did it.
How often did they do it?
Only once a month. They were allowed to do it once a month.
Across this letter, I just had to read it. Real trouble, Paul Atkins.
You sick, brother?
Huh?
Are you sick?
Yes.
You are sick.
Yes. I keep wiping my nose because my nose running because I'm sick.
How do you feel when you're sick, man?
Your bones ache. You have physically, you get pins, needles, like you're numb.
When you wake up in the morning, are you in the worst shape?
Yeah. You sleep overnight, the next morning you're sick.
How many bags you need to make you feel or to take that sickness away?
Depends on the quality of the dope.
Right.
But usually I need from 5 to 10 bags to get me through the day.
How long you been using?
Since I was 14.
What year was that?
41, 51, like about 52.
About 1952?
Yeah. I had 2 uncles, my mother's baby brothers.
They turned you out?
You'll steal their money just to get heroin, to get the feeling of withdrawals out of you. Because it's the worst feeling I know. As a person, as one person. It affects different people different ways. But me, it made a thief out of me. It made me knock people in the head to take their money. It made me snatch old women's pocketbooks to take their money.
Let me ask you, what is it that causes an individual, maybe it's the heroin, maybe it's the alcohol, or maybe it's the crack, or the hemi, or the water, or maybe it's the cigarettes, or maybe it's the sugar and the candy. But what is it that makes an individual give up all self-respect for himself, not want to wash, not change his clothes? Is the drug that strong? Is it that bad?
Heroin is. Heroin will make you do anything to get it. I've never been an alcoholic, but I know people that are, and they do the same thing. To get that first drink in the morning, they will do anything. Criminal, whether it's criminal, against the law or not, they do not care. All they want is that drink.
Okay. I see your nose is running again.
Yeah. It's gonna do that until it's marinate. When it marinates, it'll stop.
Okay. So is this your first bag for the day?
It's the first one.
Wow.
First one in 2 days.
Mm.
Because I ain't had no money to get any more.
Okay.
And they have a pill called Xanax that will take the place of heroin, but it will not stop all the effects that heroin causes you to have.
Right.
Have like a runny nose, yeah, like a runny nose.
This is Jamar Farr Entertainment. We did it again, baby. Previously in our conversation, we was talking about a number of things: the cigarette butts, picking them off the street, you know, to get high, the coffee, the sugar, the sweets. All of that has something to do with an addict. From my experience in noticing and seeing what I've been seeing in my almost 50 years of life. But after all the accomplishments and the things you accomplished, such a nice looking brother, because I remember you, how did you end up the way that you are?
I ended up hooked on heroin and cocaine and nicotine. They are all drugs and they are highly addictive. I got caught up in all of it.
Right. I mean, were you a product of your environment? I mean, at that time, I understand that there was so much drugs in the street from the brothers coming home from Vietnam, because those are some of the first junkies that I seen in my life in the late 60s, early 70s.
Well,
I mean, what's your case?
I became addicted in Vietnam to heroin and cocaine, crack cocaine. I was the captain of a PT boat, which launches missiles underwater with sonar to take down the big ships. But the only one we couldn't take down was a German battleship called Getz, because it had 2 feet thick armor under the waterline. And our missiles were not powerful enough.
But my question is, what I'm trying to ask you, let me rephrase it.
Okay.
Out of all your successes, the Seaman Group, the Apollo, Amateur Night, Master Carpenter, Sheetrock Expert, Master down at UMD, Troubleshooter, how did you end up hooked on drugs? Now, I know you lost a couple of children.
Yes.
I mean, was that part of the demise that began to eat away at you that caused you to end up in this condition?
It was part of this. But a bigger part was seeing my mother in her garden with her behind up to the sky, picking.
Black and in real trouble. Poor black and in real trouble. Poor black and in real trouble. Real trouble. Real trouble. Poor black and in real trouble. Poor black and in real trouble. Poor black and in real trouble. Real trouble. Real trouble. Poor black and in real trouble. Poor black and in real trouble.
It's Jamar Farr Entertainment. We in Illtown, baby. Speaking with my partner Jeff Brown. We was talking about the plight of the black man and woman in America. You coming home from Vietnam and the drugs and how things are. But what I want to ask you is, do you think it's a conspiracy that they overloaded and flooded the black neighborhoods with heroin and coke and crack to destroy the black family? Do you think it's a conspiracy?
Yes, I think it's a government conspiracy because the government was getting a piece of the pie. When Noriega was the premier of Panama, the president of the United States was getting a piece of that money. That's why they went down there to kill him. But they missed killing him, and they made him a cripple for the rest of his life.
Right. So it is a conspiracy.
Yes, a government conspiracy.
Right. That conspiracy has been in existence since they taken us 9,000 miles from Africa to the Caribbean, ultimately into the United States. Would you agree?
I do agree. And you said a mouthful, you spoke the truth. That is exactly what happened.